All right, happy Wednesday, everybody. It is April 1st, which is April Fool's Day, and that is no joke. No, just an idea, just a thought about April Fool's Day. Easy on the jokies. You know, sometimes they can go too far, and some people don't like the jokies too much, so just be careful. You know, appropriate jokes, appropriate people to use the jokes with. Some people don't like jokes. Know who likes jokes and who doesn't. You know, so just be cool with it. Everyone likes a good joke, but you gotta take it easy anyway. All right, it is Wednesday, and we do not have any headlines because we're continuing. We got a couple more people, a couple more staff to interview for Disability Awareness Month. Even though it's April 1st, it just takes us a while to get through everybody because we've got so many great staff here. So we got Joe coming up a little bit later to talk about why disabilities and why this population that he likes to work with, and learn a little bit about Joe. But before we do all that, we got to go back into the bearded past with Zach.
Hey everybody, we're going back to the bearded past with Zach. It's April 1st. Welcome 1924. Adolf Hitler is sentenced to 5 years fortress confinement for his participation in the Bear Hall Push. He spends only 9 months of that in prison. He wanted to march against Berlin, and that's what this was all about. He was basically trying to lead some uprisings against the Kaiser and the government that was going on, and he wanted to get the German soldiers, who were still very upset with their country and their politicians for World War I, because the soldiers themselves blamed the government for their loss in World War I. And that carried over and really fueled Adolf Hitler as he continued his rise to eventually being the Chancellor of Germany. Also on this day, we had in 1979, Apple Computers Incorporated is founded by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and they found this in, like I said, in 1979. And we all know where that's at. I mean, most of us probably carrying an Apple iPhone, Apple computer, maybe even have an apple to eat. I don't know. But they didn't create those. But also, the last thing I'm going to leave you with on today, though, is, Google. Google, in 2004, it launches its actual email services and Gmail services. So on the same date, what is this? 20, 30, 27, 28 years apart. You have Apple computers, which goes on and becomes massive tech that we carry around, and Google email and Gmail services, and I think we all, for the most part, use that search engine now, and we all use that email. So pretty amazing. I wonder if they did that on purpose, actually. So guys, I hope you have a great day. The weather outside is delightful. Enjoy it, and Barbecue Friday this week, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
All right, very good. Good, nice little history lesson there. Moving right along to some more history lessons and current event kind of lessons, kind of like a history and a current event all wrapped up into one with Weird Laws with Alex right here.
Hi guys, welcome back. It is April 1st and we are finally in a new month. We are now 3 months into 2026. So that means welcome to April, everybody. Who's excited? Are you all excited? But now it's time to get back to the original OG segments. I want to welcome you all back to Weird Laws. So today we got a weird law for you right here. Today's weird law is no shows in windows. So this law existed in the Windy City, which is Chicago. What kind of law is this? Even though I'm the one that found it, but thank you to whoever set up that law. It's going to get disrespected by now. These laws are just too silly. What is this? Alright, so that's Weird Laws. We'll see you guys on Wednesday or Friday for NASCAR race winning picks. Hope everyone has a good day, and make sure everyone is dressed to impress. See you guys on Friday.
All right, well, the Windy City's got quite a history itself of weird things and whatnot. A lot of folklore around that place, a lot of crazy stuff. But this one is odd. I don't know of any performances that really go on inside the storefront windows when you go through a city. But the fact that they didn't want entertainment, what about all the places that sold TVs and they had the TV on in the window? And in tons of movies we see people walking by and watching a news event or a current event or something going on the news on the TV. That seemed pretty common. Maybe they just never did that in Chicago. Weird. I wonder what it was. Wonder what led to that. Someone was having a performance going on in there, drew that big crowd, blocking traffic and stuff. I don't know. Seems weird. Seems interesting though. That'd be kind of cool. I think aside from the traffic part and trying to walk down the street, I guess, okay, it makes some sense. So compared to the other laws, this one actually makes a bit of sense, because now if you got this big show going on, you can't get through the crowd, you got to walk out in the street and you can potentially get hit by a car. This law actually makes a bit of sense. I'm kind of on board with it now that I walk myself, pun intended, through it. All right, next up, Austin's movie review, so we can hear about some cool movies that are out there.
Hey everybody, it is I, Austin, once again for your midweek movie madness on this lovely Wednesday, because here on this movie review show, we cover all the basics and all of the things that I want to talk about that I know you will enjoy. But for right now, it is time for the review, which is from 1978, from director Alan Arkush, with some assistance from Joe Dante, and starring PJ Soles, thus known for appearing as Linda Vanderklok in Halloween, as well as the Ramones. This is Rock and Roll High School. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to 1978 for this one. And what is Rock and Roll High School? Well, it's pretty much a girl wants to go see the Ramones. She is blocked by her very crooked teacher, who begins running the school with a very iron hand. And eventually she basically starts up a whole rebellion and gets the band to perform at the school. So yeah, that's the basic plot. But Rock and Roll High School is awesome. It's one of those comedies that you never really think to yourself. Actually, I think the movie came out in 1979. Well, around that time frame. Anyway, the movie is awesome and really just hilarious overall. It's one of those fun, silly teen comedies that also has a musical vibe to it, and it's just fun stuff. You got some characters that are just insanely memorable, like this one teacher played by Paul Bartel, a common recurring character actor in a lot of films produced by this company, New World Pictures, and his producer, the late Roger Corman. But he basically has this arc where he starts as very serious, but then becomes very much in tune with the kids by the end of it. He's funny in that, and really he's just got a lot of charm and likability. The main character, Riff, played by PJ Soles, is incredibly likable, and really you got the Ramones. And the Ramones are awesome. If you haven't heard their music, you gotta listen to their music, because it is fantastic stuff. It's the type of music that gets you all like this, and it rocks, man. It of course has plenty of hits, such as I Wanna Be Sedated in there, and Blitzkrieg Bop. Just great stuff. It's got great music. It's very well shot, and for its minimal budget, it really is quality stuff. Go check out Rock and Roll High School. You'll be glad you did.
Rock and Roll High School. I've not actually seen this one. I've probably heard of it. I've probably seen clips of it. But yeah, I haven't seen it. Was a fan of the Ramones for a hot minute. They're not bad. I think they're kind of oversold from a punk standpoint. They got some good songs. I'm not the biggest punk rock fan in general. There's good bands. There's not so good bands. Poor Ramones, though, man. They were blowing it up. They were going to lead the punk rock wave in the United States. And then all of a sudden, this weird dude got up on stage right before or after the Ramones. This weird band gets up on stage and plays this kind of funky music. And all of a sudden, the talking heads were the new wave of music, and that led into new wave music in the 80s, and the Ramones and punk rock was kind of left in the dust a little bit. But yeah, it was about to be all punk rock all the time until the Talking Heads got on stage, and people were like, what the heck? And that just blew up like crazy. There's a documentary about the Talking Heads and that whole change, that event happening. Pretty darn unique. So anyway, check that movie out, 1979. Probably pretty decent. And yeah, check it out, man. Next up, the National Day with Gabrielle.
Good morning, everybody. Here we are. It's the first day of April. And what is that? Besides, it's a Wednesday. And what is that? Hump Day. Hump Day. April 1st. April Fool's Day. Yes, April Fools. Nobody try to pull a fast one on me, because I'm probably not going to pay attention, and I'm going to believe you. And then I'm going to be fooled. So don't try that. Not saying that I might not try it on you, but that's another whole story. But that is a day today. But I picked for the National Day, National 1 Cent Day. 1 cent. You know, a penny. They didn't say a penny day, they called it 1 cent day. Goes back way, way, way when they first, all these stories about, 2 cents for your thought or a cent for your thought. They've got to up it now. It's got to be at least $2 if you want to know what I'm thinking. Pennies. They're getting rid of pennies. I was in Hobby Lobby the other day, and the gal said, do you have change? And I said, I don't know, I can check. Why? She goes, well, I don't have any pennies in my till. And I said, so then what were you going to do? Just not give it to me and you get to keep 3 cents? No, I don't think so. So I rummaged through and I found 2 cents to give her, so she wouldn't have to give me the 3 or something like that. I can't remember, but you pay attention. You really pay attention now when you go places and people don't have change like that. Some of them are making you not get your change back. And then some of them are, like if you go to the bank and the bank and your check is, say, it's like 96 cents, but they don't have the penny, they're going to up it. They're going to give you the $1. They're going to give you the 4 cents. That's just their practice, what it's going to be. Some restaurants, they're taking the money. If you really think about it, if you had 100 people come into your restaurant every day and you shortchange them, I don't know, 2 or 3 cents, 3 or $4 a day, it's going somewhere. It's not going to you. They're taking it. So that 1 cent does make a difference. That's why they have the cent day. And then we're not going to have any cents anymore. No, not this kind of cents, the little penny cents. But that is the day. Now that I've rambled on and made probably no sense, no pun intended, or maybe it was. But everybody have a great day on National 1 Cent Day.
All right, National 1 Cent Day. Well, it's a day that's going to go away, probably, because we did away with the penny in the United States anyway. So, yeah, that's weird. Actually, I just rolled a bunch of pennies recently. Really, weird that don't even exist anymore. They don't make them anymore. Yeah, weird. But, yeah, National 1 Cent Day. So, thank your pennies, because eventually they will be non-existent. And this day will have to be non-existent, because there will be no more national penny. It'll be a thing of the past. Yes. Next up, talking about the past, here's some nostalgia with Zach. In fact, in the future, Zach's going to do nostalgia, and he's going to say, remember the penny? Here we go, Zach.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Nostalgia. And today we're going to talk about one of the funniest YouTube channels ever. He is still around to this day. He came out in 2009. You know him very well. It is the Annoying Orange. Now, he is one of the funniest fruits you could think of, but sometimes he is a little annoying to other fruits, but people still love him. even I do. I grew up watching his videos. I still do watch his videos, in fact. He's very hilarious. But all in all, funniest channel you could ever think of. But enough of me talking. I hope you enjoyed this nostalgia.
Apple! Hey! Hey, Apple! Hey! Apple! Hey, Apple! Hey, Apple! Apple! Hey! Hey, Apple!
What? What is it?
Orange, you glad I didn't say apple again?
Alright, it is just shocking to me that YouTube ever survived, considering we got the Gummy Bear song made famous on YouTube and Annoying Orange made famous on YouTube. And yeah, it's shocking that YouTube survived some of that stuff. But back in the day when YouTube came out, that was like high-tech technology. You know, being able to put sunglasses and mouth on an orange, that was a big deal. People thought that was, whoa, how can you do that? And so yeah, not simpatico again, Zach, but hey, I did use YouTube back in the day, but more for like concert footage that would make its way there or other videos and stuff. YouTube in the beginning was not, I wasn't into all the weird stuff like this, which is fine, not saying that's bad. I mean, some of it's bad. Annoying Orange is kind of bad these days. But yeah, anyway. Alright, that is it for Wednesday. We're going to meet up with Joe right now to talk about Disability Awareness Month.